Scott Snyder is an American writer. He is known for his 2006 short story collection Voodoo Heart, and his comic book writing, including American Vampire, Detective Comics, Batman, Gates of Gotham and Swamp Thing. Early life: at the age of 9, Snyder attended a summer camp where one of the counselors read Stephen King's Eyes of the Dragon to him over the summer, an experience that Snyder says really jump-started my love of storytelling. He was also influenced by the writing of Dennis Johnson, Raymond Carver, Rick Bass, Joy Williams, and George Saunders. Snyder graduated from Brown University in 1998 with a degree in creative writing, and then worked at Walt Disney World for about a year. Snyder's Disney World stint strongly influenced his writing. He later recalled, "It did a world of good for my writing. All the things I ended up writing about, those things that are deeply frightening to me: fear of commitment and growing up, fear of losing loved ones, the wonder and terror of falling in love, all of it was constantly being played out all around me in this weird, cartoonish, magnified way at Disney." Snyder received his MFA from Columbia University in 2002. Career Prose fiction. His first collection of stories, Voodoo Heart, was published by the Dial Press in June 2006. The collection received starred reviews from Publishers Weekly and Booklist, and was a Kirkus Reviews Hot Debut of the Year. The New York Times published a positive review by author Andrew Sean Greer in the Sunday Book Review. Stephen King picked two of the included stories, Wreck, and Dumpster Tuesday for the 2007 The Best American Short Stories Anthology shortlist. Voodoo Heart was shortlisted for the Story Prize in 2006. Snyder teaches writing at New York University, Columbia University, and Sarah Lawrence College. Comics. In 2009, Snyder began writing for Marvel Comics. His first foray into the genre was a one-shot focusing on the first Human Torch, part of Marvel's 70th anniversary celebrations. He later wrote the 4-issue miniseries, Iron Man, Noir, which debuted in April 2010. Vertigo began publishing American Vampire, Snyder's first creator-owned ongoing series, in March 2010. The first 5 issues feature an original storyline by Stephen King. American Vampire won the 2011 Eisner Award for Best New Series, as well as the 2011 Harvey Award for Best New Series. His run as writer of Detective Comics began with issue number 871 of that title, which marked the beginning of his exclusive contract with DC Comics. He and Carl Higgins wrote the Batman, Gates of Gotham miniseries, which debuted in May 2011. Beginning in September 2011, Snyder became the writer of both Batman and a new Swamp Thing ongoing series as part of the New 52, DC Comics company-wide relaunch of all of its titles. Snyder later became the co-writer of Talon, a spin-off of the Court of Owls storyline in Batman, which focused on a rogue Talon from the court. It was announced at the 2012 New York Comic Con that Snyder would be writing a new Superman ongoing series, titled Superman Unchained, with art by Jim Lee. The series began publication in June 2013. Snyder left the Swamp Thing series as of issue number 18 and began writing The Wake, a 10-issue, ocean-based horror miniseries drawn by Snyder's American Vampire, Survival of the Fittest collaborator Sean Murphy. The series follows marine biologist Lee Archer, who along with the Department of Homeland Security, discovers a potential threat to humanity that may involve strange, humanoid creatures that inhabit the ocean depths. The story shifts between 3 time periods, the near future, 2 centuries in the future and the distant past. The covers of the first 5 issues form a mural when placed side by side. The same month, DC published a free comic book day sneak preview of Superman Unchained, an ongoing series written by Snyder and illustrated by Jim Lee, which was later published on June 12, 2013, and intended to coincide with the feature film Man of Steel, which opened 2 days later. Snyder explained his approach to the series: "The way to approach a character as iconic as him is you just come at it from a standpoint of what you love the most about the character, and then write a story that explores that, tear it down and build it back up." Snyder is one of the co-writers of the Batman Eternal series, which launched in April 2014. The second run of Batman Eternal, retitled as Batman and Robin Eternal, will launch on October 7, 2015. Personal life: Snyder is married, with 2 children. Bibliography DC Comics Vertigo American Vampire, Volume 1 collects Big Break, Morning Star, Rough Cut, Double Exposure, Curtain Call. Volume 2 collects Devil in the Sand, The Way Out. Volume 3 collects Strange Frontier, Ghost War, Survival of the Fittest No. 1 a Euro 5. Volume 4 collects The Beast in the Cave, Death Race, The Nocturnes. Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7. Batman, Detective Comics, The Black Mirror collects The Black Mirror, Skeleton Cases, Lost Boys, Hungry City, Skeleton Key, My Dark Architect, The Face in the Glass. Gates of Gotham No. 1 a Euro 5 collected as Batman, Go-G, Batman collected as The Court of Owls, The City of Owls, Death of the Family, 0 Year, Secret City, 0 Year, Dark City, Graveyard Shift, Endgame. Batman Eternal collected as Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. Flashpoint, Project Superman No. 1 a Euro 3 collected in Flashpoint, The World of Flashpoint featuring Superman, Swamp Thing collected as Raise Them Bones, Family Tree, Rot World, The Green Kingdom. Talon collected as Scourge of the Owls. Superman Unchained No. 1-9 collected in Superman Unchained, the Deluxe Edition, The Wake No. 1-10, collected in The Wake. Other publishers Marvel, Human Torch Comics 70th Anniversary Special No. 1 collected in Timely 70th Anniversary Collection, Nation X No. 1, Testament collected in Nation X, Iron Man Noir No. 1 a Euro 4 collected as Iron Man Noir. Image Comics, Severed No. 1 a Euro 7 collected as Severed, Witches No. 1-6 collected as Witches. Awards: 2011 Eisner Award for Best New Series, 2011 Harvey Award for Best New Series, 2012 Eagle Award for Best Writer, 2012 Stan Lee Award for Best Ongoing Series, 2012 Stan Lee Award for Best Writer, 2012 Stan Lee Award for Man of the Year, 2014 Eisner Award for Best Limited Series. Nominations 2011 Eagle Award for Favorite Newcomer Writer, 2011 Eagle Award for Favorite New Comic Book, 2011 Harvey Award for Most Promising New Talent, 2012 Goodreads Choice Awards for Best Graphic Novels and Comics, 2013 Harvey Award for Best Writer, 2014 Eisner Award for Best Writer. American Vampire, The Wake. References. External links: Scott Snyder at the Comic Book DB, Scott Snyder at Mike's Amazing World of Comics, Scott Snyder at the Unofficial Handbook of Marvel Comics Creators.